Uh, hey everybody, I just wanted to come back and do a follow-up video to that Star Wars review rant that I did. I'm shocked by the reaction to it so far. I mean, I don't have many subscribers to my channel. Like, already seeing that it's got like 10 thumbs up. I mean, that's awesome, and I only just released it, what, I think yesterday or something. It's literally New Year's. It's 7:16 p.m. On December 31st, so it's just about to become the new year. I'm probably going to go out and do some drinking after this, which I'm going to need to do because this is just going to be a video of me ranting more about shit that I forgot. I'm probably not going to do any editing for this that I'm aware of. I just wanted to add some, make some final thoughts on this movie. Yeah, reading everybody's comments on here. I'm looking at somebody, Scoony Pen, who made a comment. Thank you, everybody. I'm not looking at the rest because I'm literally just about to post a long-winded reply to this guy. And yeah, basically I just wanted to do this quick video to recommend a few other videos that I ran into that helped ease the pain for me, because I understand a lot of you that are watching this video, that are liking this video, or liking the past one I did. I know you're all as frustrated as I am with this fucking movie. I mean, I have a smile on my face because it's not bringing me down, but whenever I think about it, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, this should have worked. All right, this movie should have worked. All the fucking ingredients were right there. And Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, whoever was responsible for this bullshit, I mean, fuck these guys, fuck Disney, fuck The Last Jedi, fuck Kathleen Kennedy, fuck Rian Johnson. Of course, I kept mentioning the Red Letter Media review in my review / rant, but now I really want to recommend another review that I saw, which really broke it down for me perfectly, which really made me open my eyes and realize, wow, this movie is easily the worst Star Wars movie of all time. Thinking back to the prequels, and I've done that a lot for the past day or two, especially after watching this review. It's from this guy named The Dishonored Wolf. I'd highly recommend his channel. He was an immediate subscribe for me. He's done great reviews on why, like, some of those DC films suck, why those fucking Disney Marvel movies suck, and you know, he's got a very unpopular opinion compared to what the fucking sheeple of the world think about these films and these generic trite trash that Hollywood keeps fucking churning out. And thinking that we're all going to accept it. But you know what? Disney, you can go fuck yourselves. We're not going to take your shit-ass fucking garbage toy pandering fucking movies anymore. Alright? Another video I watched, unfortunately I didn't write it down or anything like that. If you guys know what it is, or when I find out what it is, I'm going to link it in the bottom for you. I'm going to link every fucking solid review on this film at the bottom, but it was basically this this half-hour podcast uploaded to YouTube, and basically it started off, and I think I even made a comment to somebody else on my review for The Last Jedi. I made a comment that this is literally gotcha, the movie, you know, and basically this podcast broke down exactly what was so gotcha about this movie. Everything from, oh, you thought Finn was going to sacrifice himself and you thought he was going to die for something? No. Gotcha. You know? Oh, you thought Snoke was important to the story? No. Gotcha. Gotcha again, you fucking assholes. Haha, thanks for your money. Thanks, Disney, for alienating everybody, for ruining Star Wars for eternity. There's no going back from here. You know, there's just nothing left to it anymore. You killed off Luke, you killed off Han, and you killed off Leia. You got rid of George Lucas. Star Wars isn't Star Wars anymore. It might as well be fucking space adventure for fucking kiddies now. They might as well change the fucking title, because this is not Star Wars anymore. They've drilled it into the fucking ground and it's all said and done. Yeah. I don't care how good the fucking filmmakers are in the future. They could hire Steven Spielberg to make a fucking Star Wars movie, and you know what? That'd be fucking garbage too, because this is unacceptable what they've done to it at this point. I can't fucking believe how terrible this movie is, and you guys have opened my eyes to it. The ones who are actually, you know, intelligent people, you know, the ones who don't just mindlessly give a fucking Star Wars movie like this a fucking pass because, oh, it's got pretty visuals, and oh, it's got lightsabers, and oh, it's got ATSTs, and all this nostalgia-driven bullshit. The fucking Chris Stuckmans of the world, and the fucking all these other critics on fucking YouTube, Jeremy Johns, or whoever the fuck gives this movie a fucking free pass because, oh, you know, the studios didn't give us a fucking swag bag or anything to fucking gloat about, oh, how this is the best movie, and you guys gotta see it. I'm gonna see it 5 times, you guys, 10 times. It's the best Star Wars movie. You get so much from seeing it in theaters. Oh my god, it's the best movie since Empire. Let me tell you guys. You know, it's, go fuck yourselves, you fucking, you sellouts, you goddamn Loot Crate promoting fucking hacks. You know, I was so happy when Red Letter Media did those fucking Nerd Crew videos, because they break down exactly what is wrong with this fucking, this internet society of these mindless drones who just like say, oh, I love this movie and I love that movie because it's Star Wars. You know, it doesn't have to do anything thought-provoking. It doesn't have to have anything even remotely similar to the originals. No, it just has to have the name Star Wars attached to it, and we'll fucking give them our money in fucking droves, and we'll fucking love the movies, and we'll say constantly that, oh, it's the best since Empire, it's the best since Empire, because that's the classic fucking statement now, isn't it? Oh, it's the best movie I've seen since The Empire Strikes Back. Oh my god, it had so many great moments. Fucking man. Fucking hell, man. I was too fucking easy on this goddamn movie. Every fucking potential for a good moment in this film is undercut by a joke, is undercut by a gotcha moment, is undercut by anything and everything. The shitty ass fucking script that they wrote for this film is unacceptable. Alright? And they should have fucking realized that when, literally, after uploading my video, and somebody posted the video again on the review that I did, literally seeing Mark Hamill, like, say that, oh, this, you know, this is not my Luke Skywalker, and I pointed that out in the review too, but re-watching that video right after I uploaded this video, it made me realize even more so why I fucking hate this goddamn movie. When the original cast member, you know, says, hey, guys, we shouldn't do this. This isn't Luke Skywalker. He doesn't give up. The Jedis don't just give up. Maybe the fucking ones from the prequels would, but even George Lucas knew enough about it to where it's like, okay, you know, people may say, oh, they're the worst Star Wars movies, like Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. But looking back at those now, at least they didn't ruin what came before with A New Hope, or I'll even go by the original titles, with Star Wars, with The Empire Strikes Back, and with Return of the Jedi. You know, he didn't fucking ruin those movies, you know, by having, all this bullshit. You know, and I was making fun of it for the fact that he brought in the midichlorians thing before. So, you know, like, the problem with that was that, okay, that kind of takes away from the mystery of what the Force is. You know, and they try to bring that back in The Last Jedi, or they try to, like, look over that. Like, and also, another thing I forgot to mention, because I heard this in a lot of fucking reviews, and I had to look it up for myself. I had to look up the clip. I haven't been able to find a good clip of this online, so if you guys can see it, because I'm not seeing this fucking movie again, not in theaters, I'll fucking maybe torrent this shit, and I'll fucking watch the ending for myself when it comes out in like 6 months to a year, or whenever the fucking Blu-ray is, because you know how Disney is with their fucking theatrical fucking runs of movies now, where they basically force small theater chains that want their fucking billion-dollar movies in the fucking movie theaters for small, like, mom and pop local theaters. They basically force them to keep it in the fucking theater for 4 fucking weeks or more. I can't remember what the fucking article said, but you can look it up yourself. I know it's fact. They basically force these mom and pop theaters to keep Star Wars in there for 4 fucking weeks or more, and they get them to pay Disney added shit, you know, for running their fucking movies. And the problem with that is that when it's like the 3rd or the 4th week, when movies generally tend to die down, you know, the box office is literally cut more than half of what it made the opening like 2 to 3 days, you know? They basically take their fucking property and they give it to these like mom and pop theater chains, and they fucking basically milk them dry. So they're essentially making no money, no profit off these fucking Star Wars movies. They'd be better off just having independent fucking movies that aren't like trying to chain them with a fucking ball and chain attached to their fucking ankle. Disney are such a bunch of fucking crocodiles, and it's fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous the fact that we're letting them get away with this. Now they're getting a hold of the X-Men. Now they're getting a hold of the Fantastic Four. I hope Marvel does fucking well with them. Like, you know, I still believe in Kevin Feige. He's the one that's holding this ship together. You know, I still like those Marvel films, but man, oh fucking man. After this shit and after all the shit that I've been thinking about the past few days, man, thanks to you guys, and thanks to myself, I mean, like, this is me talking. This is not me just, like, fucking hearing everybody else hating on this film. Because, you know, we're in this together, right? Like I said, as soon as I walked out of this film, I was so stunned. I couldn't believe how ambivalent I was towards it. It was fucking ridiculous. I've never had a theatrical experience like this before, to which I hated the fucking movie so goddamn much, but I wanted to force myself to love it. You know, that's why I feel like so many people are probably going to be caught in the middle right after seeing this film, or they already have proven to be caught in the middle right after seeing this fucking movie, because it's so alienating. It's so fucking ridiculous what they do with it. They play this idea up like the movie's gonna be this risky, daring effort. Oh, you've never seen a Star Wars movie like this. Well, you know what? Stop fucking lying to us. You're right about that. We've never seen a Star Wars movie this fucking awful before. This makes the fucking holiday special look like fucking canon. This is shit. This fucking movie is shit. Fuck this fucking movie. Fuck everybody who greenlit this shit. I fucking, man, oh man. They should have listened to Mark Hamill. They really should have. I'm sorry, but they should have. And I know, like, with him going, like, and I feel so bad for him, because you know that he just wants to, like, fully, like, beat down this fucking movie for what it is. But you know he's gotta, like, keep it a bit quiet. A bit on the subtle side. Right? Because obviously they're going to get him as a Force ghost in the next fucking movie. And, you know, they're probably going to bring back Yoda and all this other shit. They're going to churn it out. And all the fucking, the mind-numbing Mongoloid fanboys are going to be like, oh, yeah, we love this because Luke's back, and because Force ghosts, and because of lightsabers, and all this generic fucking shit that we always expect from Star Wars. We're just going to, like, feed us the popcorn, guys. Let us buy our Star Wars fucking mugs and cups and popcorn bins and our stupid BB-8 fucking hats and our fucking toys, our fucking porgs, all this shit. Man, oh man, this is a fucking embarrassment. Star Wars has literally become a fucking toy commercial, and it's embarrassing seeing the commercials on TV for it now. It really is. It really is. It's just like they try to do this like hopeful thing of like showing kids, oh, you know, it's so great if you buy a Rey toy, or it's so great if you buy a lightsaber. It's just gonna make your life so fucking whole, so pleasant, so happy. And it's just like, fuck you, Disney. Fuck right off with pleasure. Like Mark Hamill said, and he compared these new fucking movies to the goddamn Transformers movies, and that is the perfect fucking route to go down. Alright, these movies are fucking terrible now. These movies are garbage. I'm even looking back at The Force Awakens now, and Rogue One especially. I actually really liked The Force Awakens, so it's going to be hard for me to shake my opinion fully on that movie. I even made a fucking music video for that goddamn movie, with a song I love called Laser Ray by a great band called TV on the Radio. Check it out if you wanna. I'll link it somewhere around here, either in the fucking description or somewhere on here if I figure out how to do that. I don't know. I never mess with the annotations thing because it always annoys the piss out of me when you go on those videos and it's like annotations like right here, right there, right, it's like it's everywhere. It's like, stop with the fucking links to this and that and this and that and this and that. I'm sick of it. I just want to watch the fucking video. I know you can turn off the annotations and shit like that, and now I'm just fucking rambling because I decided just to make this video. I wanted it to be quick, but now I'm just going off here, and yeah. Like I said, I wanted to conclude some points I know I touched on in the other review. I was trying to talk about how Finn was going to sacrifice himself, but he didn't. Because fucking Rose, I mean, and I kind of even underplayed how terrible her fucking character was in that last video. I underplayed everything that was terrible about this film in the last fucking video. I mean, this movie was garbage. Straight up fucking garbage. It may be a polished turd, but it's still a fucking turd either way. And you know what? People can cry and whine about how the Justice League is the worst fucking movie of the year. Don't fucking tell me that that fucking movie pissed you off as much as this fucking movie did. Alright? Justice League, with all of its rush job, corporate bullshit of, we gotta release the movie right before the end of the year so we can get our holiday bonuses, so we can get our fucking yachts, and we can get our fucking Lambos, and we can get our fucking bonuses, because that's the only reason they fucking released that goddamn fucking movie, which those shit-ass fucking effects. They should have held the Justice League until fucking February or March. Now I'm rambling and raving about this fucking DC Warner Brothers fiasco that I read about. That's why I was saying in the fucking Star Wars review that I wanted to make a separate Justice League video, and I will in the future. This is just a preview to what that fucking video will entail. Alright? My fucking problem with Justice League, and I fucking, for one, hate me all you want, thumbs down all you want, fuck you for it, I don't give a shit, because you guys are fucking brain dead anyways, and you guys can make your own fucking video if you don't like mine. Get the hell out. Alright? I, for one, fucking really enjoyed the fucking Justice League after seeing it. For a while, I was cut off from the internet. I had no internet. I just moved into this place, so I had no idea what the fucking reception was for that movie. After seeing it and after hearing everybody's reactions to it, everybody's laughing, clapping at the end, having a great time. After hearing this reaction and seeing it for myself, like literally on Saturday after opening day, just like I did for this fucking Star Wars movie, I was expecting to go on Rotten Tomatoes and be like, okay, this is probably going to be their like first positive reviewed movie, other than Wonder Woman, of course. This has at least got to be in the 60s, 70s, somewhere around there. I was thinking even like around the 80s. I knew it wouldn't be in the 90s because there's just too much wrong with the fucking movie, where it's obviously the number one thing is fucking mustachio-less fucking Superman. And it's just like, what the fuck? Those effects would have looked fine if they gave the movie fucking more time with the effects artists. That's why in the opening scene, like, I don't even know why the fuck they did that opening scene with fucking Superman, and that, like, it looked like they fucking literally went in fucking MS Paint and just, like, fucking smudged his fucking upper lip over his fucking, his mustache. I mean, it looked terrible. It looked like I could do that myself, that whole fucking scene, in like a day or two on Paint. Literally. Like, it's terrible. I almost want to fucking... right after I saw the movie, I almost wanted to do a parody of me, like, wearing, like, because, like, obviously, before I've had, like, I think I even have a thumbnail of me holding a fucking pint of Stella, I think it is. I can't quite see what it is. It's too fucking small on the screen over there. Yeah, I can grow a mustache, and all I have to do is, like, put a fucking piece of green tape on there, go on MS Paint, get a 2-minute clip of me, like, fucking going like this, talking like this, and then I'll fucking, I'll get the Henry Cavill fucking mustache look down pat. No, maybe I'll even buy a Superman shirt just to fucking accentuate that even more. That's an idea for a review, eh? Fucking... We'll see if I actually go through with some crazy shit like that. But anyhow, you know, Warner Brothers and it's Disney, they're both the same, in my opinion, except Warner Brothers is more pathetic and Disney is just... It's like the Empire. Oh yeah, and that's why I wanted to make this video. Basically, after hearing all these other all these other opinions from everybody on YouTube, from across the internet, anywhere and everywhere, even from friends, just people who've seen the movie that I don't even know, people going like, "Oh, I love the movie. You must be crazy." It's like, you love the movie, really? What? You love the movie. Oh, I love the movie. Yeah, okay. Mindless, brain-dead fucking assholes. You love the fucking movie, eh? Oh, okay. You loved it. Are you sure that's not nostalgia goggles? Those fucking Maz Kanata goggles? Fucking up your goddamn vision, you fucking stupid idiots. So anyways, my theory... It's theory time on the Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi in particular. What is this movie about? It's about follow orders or you fail. Alright? Basically, the director said it. The overall message is failure. You know, there's winning and failure or something like that. The overall message of this movie is basically follow... listen to what others tell you or else you will die, is essentially the fucking message of this fucking movie. Listen to what others tell you to do or you die. What happens to Finn at the end of the movie? He doesn't listen to Poe telling him, hey, you shouldn't run into that Death Star fucking weaponized mini Death Star thing. We have to go back and retreat, and instead of doing the noble, heroic, sacrificial thing, instead of doing that for the greater good, by saving all of your friends who are just about to die there because they got a whole fucking... They got literally 1 million soldiers against, like, essentially one. So basically, the message is, let's retreat. Let's not bother trying anymore, and let's always listen to authority. Because if we don't, that'll get you dead. Even though it makes no fucking sense, Rose crashing her fucking ship into Finn, they should have both died there, except, oh no, she doesn't die there. Even though they play it off like, oh, she's about to die. Gotcha. There you go again. Thanks, Disney. Yeah, That's basically the theory right there. It's like, and that's not even a theory. That's right in the fucking movie. I think the movie is secretly about how if you don't follow Disney's plan, you're gonna fucking die. If you don't follow what a fucking authority tells you to do, you're gonna fucking die. And you're gonna get buried. Just like all these other filmmakers, they fired Phil Lord and Chris Miller from that Han Solo movie. You want to know why? And these guys, I didn't even mention what movies they directed in the last video. These guys are great directors. I'm not sure. I think they've directed some Community episodes. Maybe I'm mistaking them for some guys working on the Marvel movies. But I know for a fact they've done the 21 Jump Street movie and the 22 Jump Street movie, as well as the Lego movie. 3 of those movies were slam dunk hits. Bravo. And you know what? What do they do? What do they do? Oh, we gotta fire you, Lord and Miller, because you guys want to do something unique with this Han Solo movie. You guys probably want to do something funny and original. And you know what? As much trash as I was talking about the Han Solo movie, I don't give a shit. I don't think at this point that movie could offend me as much as this fucking The Last Goddamn Straw did. You know, this movie was just literally the last straw. Fuck this movie, fuck The Last Jedi, and fuck Disney. I don't think just because I say, oh, Han Solo's probably not going to offend us as much as this, don't think for a fact that that's me going like, oh, you know, that movie might be fine. Because it's not going to be fine. It's going to be terrible. I don't give a fuck what the critics say. It's going to be over 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, of course. And the audiences are probably just going to like it just as much as they did Rogue One. Just as much as they did The Force Awakens. And that's fine, you know, I'll believe the audience's ratings more than the fucking critics any day. Alright? And it shows on Rotten Tomatoes like I fucking showed in the last video. It's at 51%. When I made it, it was at 52%. And I hope it keeps fucking dropping. Let's drop it below fucking 40, shall we? That'd be more fucking fitting for this goddamn movie. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, I have not been this pissed off with seeing a movie in fucking theaters since Iron Man 2. Because I watched Iron Man 1 in theaters with friends back in 2008. And seeing that fucking sequel be such a goddamn rush job and such a studio mandated piece of fluff. Like it was so frustrating because the first movie was such a fucking masterpiece and they just blew it. They blew it. And people go like, oh, it's still a good movie. Robert Downey Jr. is fine in it. Robert Downey Jr. is going through the fucking motions. I don't get how fucking people can say, oh, he's so great in Iron Man 2. He was better in Iron Man 3 for fuck's sakes. Iron Man 3 was better, but people bitch and whine about the fucking Mandarin. Fuck right off. Iron Man 2 was such bland, vanilla fucking garbage. Typical Disney bullshit. Just fucking let's not bother trying and let's just throw this slop together and promote these other Avengers films while we're at it. You know, fuck right off. And this fucking film, I didn't even, I think I mentioned it briefly, but I forgot to mention in the fucking review the very ending of this film. Now, I remember specifically saying, like, this ending can go fuck itself with that fucking kid in the broom. What I didn't fucking realize is that apparently he uses the fucking Force to grab the broom. Because it's such a quick fucking shot. I literally found this video on YouTube and I think the Dishonored Wolf mentioned it in his review. And I was wondering, like, what the fuck was that ending? Like, he's got the ring with the fucking symbol on it. And, like, he's holding the broom. And it's almost like a shot made to make him like look like he's holding a fucking lightsaber in his hand. I did not fucking notice when I watched this movie that he uses the Force to grab the fucking broom. As soon as I heard that, that made me hate the fucking ending even more. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? So basically, they're setting up another Anakin Skywalker here, but except, unlike Anakin, he realizes right away that he has the Force, he's using the Force, and it's just fucking shit. And the whole fucking notion that there has to be balance, you know, how does that line up with the fucking prequels, you know, where they had like thousands upon thousands of Jedi that we saw in that fucking Jedi temple, and then they had like how many Sith throughout that fucking movie? They had Grievous, they had Maul, they had Dooku, they had Palpatine. What was Palpatine as powerful as like thousands of Jedi in that fucking temple that they killed off in that Order 66? Like, I don't get this whole balance thing. It's like Luke Skywalker dies, then what? That kid suddenly gets Force powers because Luke is dead now? Go fuck yourself, movie. That's the stupidest fucking... That's worse than fucking midichlorians, in my opinion. That whole bullshit of... You know, like, oh, fucking... I don't mind the message of anybody could be a fucking Jedi, but it's literally just an excuse to fucking go like, well, you know, we want to give this movie a bit of hope at the end, so we'll make this kid a fucking random Force user out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. So, like, oh, it gives reason for that whole fucking bullshit Casino Planet scene. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That was so fucking forced. And when I heard that he uses the Force, I keep saying that was so forced. Yeah, no fucking pun intended. No fucking shit, Sherlock. Fucking hell, man. Fuck! Yeah, the more I fucking think about this movie, the more I fucking hate it. There's just so much shit to not fucking like about this film. And everything you want to like. I tried to mention the Snoke scene, like, wow, it was a surprise that you killed him, but at the same time, it's a fucking surprise that you killed him. Because you set him up as your main antagonist only to go, gotcha! And the whole fucking fight scene, like, so stilted, and the more I play it back in my head and I fucking watch the clip again on YouTube, it's like, that's so stupid. It's like, in that scene, why the fuck can't they use the fucking Force to just jettison those guys away from them? That fight literally could have been over in a matter of seconds had Kylo and Rey just went like, with the Force. And all of a sudden, boom, they bash up against the wall. And then they hold him down to the ground or hold him up against the wall. And they pull a fucking Darth Vader from the end of Rogue One. At least they got that right with Darth Vader at the end of Rogue One. Where, you know, he's not just like randomly deciding, fuck the Force, I'm not going to use the Force. No, he uses it, holding guys up to ceilings. You know, fuck. You know, fuck having to fucking not use your powers, man. You got the fucking powers, so use them. And what's their excuse for it? Well, we have to have a lightsaber fight scene in here somewhere, right? Were those the Knights of Ren? Was that why they couldn't use the Force? No, apparently not, because that wasn't explained anywhere in the fucking movie. They were just random fucking red guards standing around like, now we gotta pull out our fancy weapons to go like, whoa, whoa, you know? It was so bullshit. You know, and it's... There's where they could have pulled another fucking risk. They didn't even have to use the fucking lightsaber in that scene. They could have literally just blasted all those guys away and just Rey and Kylo could have talked to each other. They could have had a conversation, you know? A conversation as to why they should join forces and why they should say, oh, you know what, instead of, you know, being evil versus good, why don't we just, like, become a government or something like that? And, you know, if people consider us evil, well, you know, We'll fucking nominate people. Like, we'll do the diplomatic thing. You know, come up with something fucking original if you want to do something risky. If you want to be daring, go fucking balls out. Don't go this pussyfied, pansy fucking bullshit ass route where it's like, oh, you know, instead of taking risks, we're going to pretend like we're doing it. So we're going to do pseudo risks. Alright? And we're going to fucking condescend to our fucking audiences and make them think, oh, we're risky, so that they walk out of the movie just as ambivalent as I was. Unless they're just that fucking mindless where they're just going, oh, I loved that movie. It had such great visual effects in it, and I loved the music. You know what's bad, too? Another fucking thing that I thought of, speaking of the music. I know they keep hiring John Williams back to do the scores and shit like that, right? I can't remember a single fucking piece of music that stands out in my head other than the main titles with the scroll at the beginning. Can you? Can you remember can you like hum along to a specific fucking musical cue? For instance, The Phantom Menace. We all remember the Duel of Fates at the end of that movie, right? You know, that awesome fucking action scene at the end. We all fucking remember that. Alright, Attack of the Clones. I can't remember one from Attack of the Clones. Because, you know, that's arguably the worst Star Wars movie. But I'm leaning more towards this fucking film. If not, they're at least on fucking par with each other. But at least George Lucas was involved in making that film. And at least he didn't go back and ruin fucking the original goddamn trilogy by making Attack of the Clones. He just wanted to do something within his own fucking universe, which he has the fucking right to do. No matter how many fucking people want to cry and whine about it. You know? And the fucking ones who defend this Disney crap, meanwhile they shit on George Lucas, fuck you guys. Fuck all of you. I don't give a shit what your fucking excuses are. You know, it's one thing if you like these Disney films more than the prequels, but it's another thing entirely if you're shitting on George Lucas. Meanwhile, you're fucking calling these films goddamn gold. You know? Fuck you. He came up with these ideas. And if they wanted... If Disney truly wanted these fucking new episodes going forward to be on par with the original trilogy, they would have taken George Lucas's ideas and ran with them. As opposed to just saying, fuck you, George Lucas. Fuck you, Mark Hamill. Fuck anybody with a say in this. We'll listen to Harrison Ford because he wants to do what we want to do with this character, and he wants to die. So we'll listen to Harrison Ford, who doesn't give a shit about Star Wars anyways. So fuck it. You know? And I fucking love Harrison Ford, you know? And fucking they... But if they sat down with George Lucas, with a fucking screenwriter, and just went like, okay, George, like we're not gonna have you write an entire fucking script for these movies. But if you want to, go for it. But we're gonna fucking break them down, and we're gonna keep your core ideas, just like they did with your ideas for the original trilogy, but we're going to get this down to where, you know, as many people as possible will like this. And not just from a money standpoint. Not from the money standpoint. But I'm talking about from an audience standpoint. You know, Star Wars in particular was apparently saved in the edit. You know, George Lucas directed that film. And, you know, if you go hear the behind the scenes stories on that, you'll understand that he had a very difficult time getting that film made to begin with. So that's why Empire Strikes Back and I believe Return of the Jedi both had different directors. So there's a different director for each Star Wars movie. George Lucas directed the first one, obviously, but he was a relatively newer, more amateur filmmaker at that point in time. You know, he had a couple of lower budgeted films under his belt, but this one was a huge deal. So he needed help, obviously, with it. right? You know, you can't just do everything under the sun and have it turn out to be 100% perfect. Sometimes people need to reel you in, reel your ideas in. And that's the fault in those prequel movies, is that like he had nobody to challenge him. All right? Flash forward to these Disney movies. If he brought his ideas to the table, they would have been fine. You know, they would have matched up with what we, the fans, wanted to begin with, what we needed from a Star Wars movie. Not this bullshit of, oh, we're going to do what we want and fuck the fans. Disney doesn't care about the fans anymore. They just care about it like Mark Hamill said, and the only thing they care about is whether or not they'll make money on the movie. You know, I at the end of that review, the last shot of it, I posted that article on you know, how Disney expects Han Solo to be a flop. You know, and that's fucking embarrassing in my opinion. It's like when you're making a movie and you have a feeling that nobody has any ounce of faith in it at all, but you're gonna keep making it anyways. What the fuck is your deal? You know, it's like my problem at this point with the DCEU. You know, but in my opinion, they could still save that. But they keep making the same fucking problems as Disney's doing. They're not listening to people. They're hiring these god-awful screenwriters. Say, for instance, do you know who's writing the script for this upcoming Flashpoint movie? Take a wild fucking guess. He's worked with Warner Brothers before. He's coming out with a new gritty Robin Hood movie that everybody was dying to see, with Taron Egerton and whoever the fuck else is in that load of shit. But he also wrote the script for that cinematic turd mine that is known as fucking King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Remember that glorious shit show with Charlie Hunnam and fucking Jude Law? God damn, that was terrible. Guess who's writing Flashpoint? That's right, that guy. Can't remember his fucking name, I don't want to. No wonder they can't keep a fucking director for that shit. Come on, Warner Brothers. Come on, DC. Get your shit together. You have these properties and you can make fucking mad money with them. If you just fucking get the goddamn screenwriters. Get a good fucking writer, and a good director will stay attached to the fucking project. If you guys are constantly like, don't care, you guys will fail every fucking time. That's why next to nobody wanted to see fucking Justice League. Only the hardcore fans like myself had enough fucking courage to see it. Alright? I loved Man of Steel. I liked Batman vs. Superman despite what everybody fucking says about him. I can't stand Suicide Squad though, so you won't see me fucking defending that shit. I made a music video for it though, just because I was like, it's a part of the trilogy and they haven't released Wonder Woman at this point, so might as well make a music video for it and whatever. And that's a movie too where they had no faith in the filmmaker at all. David Ayer, he's made fine movies. He wrote the script for fucking Training Day, and he directed a movie that I feel is highly underrated. It's starring Christian Bale, right around the time he was making Batman Begins. It's called Harsh Times. It's got J.K. Simmons in it. It's got Terry Crews in a cameo. It's a fucking great movie. It's fucking hilarious. The ending is kind of shit. Like the third act kind of almost ruins the film in my opinion, and that's probably why a lot of people didn't really like it, because the fucking first 2/3 of that movie are fucking phenomenal. Are literally, in my opinion, and I know this is almost blasphemy saying it, but in my opinion, the first 2/3 of Harsh Times, I think, are better than Training Day. Crucify me all you want for saying that, but I'll say it anyways. I think it's funnier than Training Day. I think it's more memorable than Training Day. And it's just fucking great watching Christian Bale like play this unhinged crazy fucking character, you know? And, you know, and I'm crazy for saying it. I know. Like, and if anything, Training Day suffers from a similar problem where the ending just kind of like, you know, like kind of peters out. It's kind of like after that poker scene, it's just like, okay, now we know what's going to happen. And now it's just going to lead into this like generic, like, oh, the good cop's got to fight the bad cop and Denzel and you know, oh, I wonder who's going to die. They saved Ethan Hawke's character in this Deus Ex Machina type scene where it's like, oh, like, that happens to be your niece or something that I saved earlier in the film. Oh yeah, you know, it's funny how people can let that shit pass. But a movie like fucking Harsh Times, they'll just shit on because it's like, oh, you know, like, it's not Training Day. Where's Denzel Washington when you need him? Christian Bale's just as fucking great of an actor, in my opinion. So, if you guys have seen Harsh Times, I hope you liked it. If not, you know, that's your opinion. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. The only thing I care about is my opinion, damn it, mine! It's good to be selfish, and that's what you should do too. Care only about your opinion. Never compromise for any fucking body telling you otherwise. I don't give a shit what their fucking excuse is. You don't like a movie and you want to fucking throw a hissy fit about it? Fine. Go fuck yourselves. Go bark to your fucking mothers about it. Go crying, sulking in your daddy's fucking lap, you fucking retards. Go to bed. Go to bed, suck your fucking thumb some more. Get your fucking stuffed animals out and fucking hold on to them for dear fucking life. Ugh! Because you'll never fucking grow up. And you guys need to fucking get a reality check. Believe in yourself. Believe in your fucking opinions. Don't fucking go along with this whole sheep mentality of, oh, I'm gonna follow what everybody feels about this because it's fucking popular. You know? If you don't like something, don't like it with a fucking passion. If you love something, love it with a passion. Alright? It's like me. For some reason, I genuinely enjoy Batman versus Superman. The fucking mess and all that it is. You know, like, I understand the problems with it. I understand that Jesse Eisenberg's too much as Lex Luthor. I understand that that doomsday bullshit is just fucking ridiculous at the end. And he looks like shit. I get that. But the rest of the fucking movie, it's in my mind. It's me like going like why do I really enjoy this? Meanwhile, I'm going to everybody on YouTube like Ralph the Movie Maker, who I love, Red Letter Media, who I love. Your Movie Sucks, I believe, did a review on it. He hated it, obviously. You know, everybody that I respect on the internet, they hate this fucking movie. Almost everybody. Like, maybe a few, like, random, like, niche channels on YouTube actually like Batman versus Superman as much as I do. For instance, there's this channel where this guy did this whole, like, 20-minute long video where it's just like me sitting here. It's just him talking about Batman v Superman, and he starts crying in the middle of it because he's talking about the Martha scene and how it had an impact on him, like, emotionally. And it's funny because, like, when I was back and forth on the movie after seeing it in theaters, and especially after seeing the extended cut, you know, I knew inside that I really enjoyed the movie, but a part of me, like, wanted to keep that a secret from people. You know, where I'm just like, you know, I don't want people to know that that I genuinely, I almost want to say love, but I don't want to say love at the same time, because it's not a film that I will hold as one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's an underrated film, but then again, I definitely see why people don't like it. The whole Turkish Airlines bullshit. I mean, man, oh man, there's so much shit with that movie. Even Man of Steel too, like with the IHOP scene and with the Sears and with U-Haul and 7-Eleven. It's just like, what the fuck? That whole like Smallville fight is just inundated with like such random product placement, and they tried to like play it like, oh well, we wanted it to be as realistic as possible, and it's like, well, why the fuck didn't we notice this product placement in a movie like Superman Returns, you know, which was terrible. I hate that movie. But, you know, I don't think back to that movie and think, oh, I remember IHOP. Oh, I remember Dunkin' Donuts or Baskin Robbins, just like the fucking Power Rangers movie. You know, it doesn't stand out in my head like a specific, like, product. Or say, for instance, like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, like all Sony Vios computers. You know, it's just like, it's ridiculous. It's just like, stop advertising in these superhero movies. They should stand for themselves, you know? Like, why do you need advertisements for these fucking movies? They'll make their money if you just have a little fucking faith. Just believe in the fucking directors, let them be. And, you know, if they fail, then fucking, so what? Lesson learned. Now we know what to do for a future movie. You know, and I'm explaining it here, like, I genuinely enjoyed Batman vs. Superman. Yet it's a film I understand exactly what people don't like about it. Flash forward to The Last Jedi, and it's one of these movies, you know, I almost feel bad for saying if you like the movie, then you're a fucking idiot, because I hate being that guy. But at the same time, if you're a fan of Star Wars, I don't know how in the hell you can accept this fucking movie and shit on the prequels. Because as much as I hate Attack of the Clones, I'd watch that movie again any day of the week over this fucking bullshit. And sure, the effects are fucking better in The Last Jedi, but the fucking action sequences sure as shit ain't. Like, I can't remember, like, it's like what the ships at the beginning are great, constitute as great action. What, that scene with Poe, like, fucking blasting those turrets, what, that's entertaining? Okay, whatever. You know, it's sure the effects are pretty, but you got this, like, ridiculous dialogue going on where it's like, oh, I'm a rebel, I rebel. The deleted Rogue One line, if you didn't get it. You know, that's basically the Poe scene. It's just like, oh, I'm one man and they can't take me down. Ah ha ha. Man, oh man. And they bring out those fucking slow-ass bombers. That was fucking ridiculous, seeing that scene in action. It's just like, you're just waiting there like, what the fuck? Like, why can't they take these fucking bombers out? The Empire. They have so many ships, apparently, compared to the fucking Resistance. And yet, oh, you know, we gotta do this bullshit of, you know, instead of having truly shocking moments, just like Empire Strikes Back did, instead it's just like, fuck that, you know, audiences expect this to happen, you know, they expect the Resistance to lose since they're already on the losing end at the beginning of the film. They expect them to fail with the bombers. No, we'll give them a easy victory here because, you know, sometimes you win if you fail. And the lesson of the film, I can't get over that. The lesson of the movie, like listen to orders, or else you will fail. You know, so somebody tells you to jump off a bridge, go do it. That's the message of this fucking movie in a nutshell. Somebody tells you, take this lightsaber and put it up to your head and then click the button just like Kylo Ren does in the movie. Do that. That's the message of the movie. That's the message I got. The more I think about it, that's the message I'm thinking about. Well, what is there positive to think about with the movie? Is there a positive message in there somewhere? Oh, don't die. Don't sacrifice yourself because shitty screenwriters will make it seem like, oh, you know, it makes sense for Finn and Rose to not die on the battlefield right there after Rose makes that stupid, idiotic move, which could have killed them both in a realistic sense. It should have killed them both, or at least her. And, you know, that would have been fine. You know, if she died instead of Finn in that scene, by doing that stupid move, that would have been fine. The whole fucking dialogue was not fine, though. If she died after that, you know, like, it would have been better, but the fact that she didn't die, and she gave that whole, like, long-winded, oh, like, if we keep dying, then who are we going to have left to save? There's no love in the universe. Oh. What the fuck? Oh my god, this movie. This movie. Do I have anything more to say? I literally intended for this video to be like 15 to 20 minutes at most. I don't know what the hell it's at now. Must be at like close to an hour at this point. I've just been sitting here, hurting my fucking neck, leaning in close, talking like this. Oh, I fucking hate Star Wars! You ever have your shit pushed in? Fuck this fucking movie. That's what it's like. It's like having your shit pushed in. Seeing this fucking movie and thinking about it in depth is like having your shit pushed in with this fucking movie. Alright? God damn it. If you like it, fine. Kudos. Kudos. You got to love Disney trademarks, fucking Star Wars trademarks, fucking Episode 8, apparently, The Last Jedi trademark. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy your swag bag of fucking porgs and your fucking little Kylo Ren lightsaber keychains and your fucking Ray vitamins and your fucking Finn. Yeah, don't sacrifice yourself, guys, for the greater good. No, just do what they tell you. All the time. Do what they tell you. Do what mommy and daddy tell you. You know, do what mommy and daddy tell you. Do what your friends tell you. Do what the teachers tell you. And don't think about it. You know, don't have your own instincts. Don't go by your gut. Don't go by your heart. Don't go by your soul. Go by what other people tell you and follow the fucking leader. Follow the sheep. Follow the sheep. Follow the sheep. Do you get the message of Star Wars now? Follow the sheep. It's not in your heart. It's whatever some heartless, soulless bastard tells you to do. Oh, you want to do the heroic thing of saving all of us? Don't do it. Retreat. 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 Retreat, guys. Don't risk anything. What do they tell us? No risk, no reward, right? The movies are so fucked now. What the fuck are with these muddled ass messages that we get in movies nowadays? Like, can we get back to basics? Remember when Star Wars was simple yet highly fucking rewarding? You know, when it was the simple story of good versus evil. Now it's meh versus, I don't know. You know, how can you, like, with the back and forth in this movie, especially in that scene with DJ, Benicio del Toro's character, going like, oh, this guy whose ship I stole, and this guy who I killed off screen or whatever, like, he sold weapons to the Empire, but he also, he also sold weapons to the Resistance. So, I guess, whatever, you know, I guess there should be no good versus evil. I guess we're all the same. That was a fine message. We're all the same is a fine message, but they don't fucking go along with it in this fucking movie. Instead, it's still the same old good versus evil, except it's more icky now. It's more like I don't care. like who wins or who loses, because like nothing can make me relate to these characters anymore, because it's just so fucking trite and fucking generic. And congratulations, you've got people talking, and that's going to be the excuse that everybody uses behind this movie. You know, well, we, you know, a lot of people hated it, but you know, fans will be fans, and you know, they'll hate it, and but we got them talking at least. And yeah, you guys are right. Congratulations, you got us talking. You got us fucking talking about how shitty this fucking movie is, which shouldn't be happening. I miss going to the theaters and not having to worry about whether or not a film will frustrate the shit out of me. I love movies that challenge me, sure, but when it comes to Star Wars, it's like, what the fuck is there? Why are you challenging people with these movies? We know what the movies are. It's like making a sequel to The Dark Knight. You know, and like people may have had their problems with The Dark Knight Rises, but it's like making your sequel to The Dark Knight, and literally it's just a movie with like, you know, Batman contemplating turning bad, but he doesn't want to turn bad, and Bane turns up, but you know, like, and he starts fighting, you know, Batman, and then they're like, oh, you know, like, let's be friends, but let's not be friends, and, you know, let's team up to stop Talia al Ghul together, but let's not. And let's kill her off, and then let's fucking just like start fighting again. And then let's not have a fight scene. And then let's have this long-winded scene at the end where it's just like, oh, you know, that's almost even a bad example, because instead let's think about let's think about The Dark Knight, shall we? Like, imagine if they fucked up The Dark Knight. Remember at the end of Batman Begins, how they set up the Joker? Imagine if they introduced the Joker and they had that whole prologue scene in IMAX like they showed people, and that got everybody excited and hyped up for the movie. Imagine if that was like the only scene that the Joker appeared in, and then the rest of the movie is just like, you know, well, like, Joker's the main bad guy, but he's not. And they keep lying to us. And it's like, yeah, in interviews, like you get Andy Serkis, or if Heath Ledger was still alive, you get Heath Ledger to go on talk shows and be like, oh yeah, he has a big role in the movie. A big role. Yeah, a super big role. A bigger role than he had in Batman Begins. Yeah, it's so big. And then you watch the movie and it's literally like, where's the Joker? You know, like, is that it? It's like that. It's like that. And then what the hell's the rest of the movie? You know, let's I don't know, you know, what did we set up in the last movie? Like how Batman doesn't kill people. Fuck that. Like let's have Batman kill people. Let's have him shoot a kid in the head. Why not? What motivation? Oh, he doesn't need no motivation. No motivation. Batman doesn't need motivation to kill people. Unless he's being directed by Zack Snyder. But, see, you know, I can poke fun at Batman versus Superman. You know, as much as I like it, I can poke fun at that movie, and I can understand why people don't like it. So, you know what? I'm not one of those, like, delusional fanboys who goes like, oh, you know, like, fucking, if you don't like Batman versus Superman, there's something wrong with you. You know, you like what you like, you know? And if you don't like it, whatever. I wish I could like this fucking movie, The Last Jedi. I really wish I could. And as you could see it from my fucking original fucking review, I tried to like it as much as possible. I just fucking couldn't. I could not. Not with this shit. Man, oh man. Yeah. Where do I go from here? I don't know. I don't know. Have I said everything that I wanted to say? I'm not going to feel like making another goddamn hour-long video tomorrow when it's finally New Year's. When did I start making this video? I started making this around like 7:16, I think I said. I think this is around hour and 4 minutes, hour and 5 minutes. I don't have a timer on my display thingy here. I probably should, because that'd be a better way of keeping track of how long I'm making these fucking videos for, but whatever. You know, this is just me wanting to talk with you guys. I have a feeling this is probably going to get a lot of thumbs down just based on me like rambling and talking about all this random shit, and people are probably going to go like, you like Batman versus Superman and you don't like The Last Jedi? You're a fucking retard. I guarantee I'm going to be hearing those fucking comments. Can't wait to read them at the bottom. But don't fucking tell me that Batman versus Superman ruined the characters as much as this fucking Star Wars movie ruined Luke Skywalker. You know, sure, people can cry and whine about Batman killing people in that movie, but you know what? Batman was the villain in Batman vs. Superman. When you look at it, he was the one being manipulated by Lex Luthor into fucking wanting to kill Superman. He was the one willing to like fucking like mindlessly murder guys just out of the slim chance that, oh, I'll catch up to this truck and like and get the kryptonite in order to kill Superman. You know, Batman is the fucking villain in it. And that's why it was satisfying in the Ultimate Edition to hear like that quick exchange between Bruce and Alfred after he realizes, you know, Superman isn't the bad guy here because of that Martha scene. You know, Bruce is sort of like, or Batman, like he's wearing the Batman costume. He's sort of like, what would I do without you, Alfred? And it's like, Alfred's just quickly like, I do not know. And you know, that's Batman, Bruce, acknowledging that Alfred was there for him in spite of his psychotic nature throughout the movie. You know, because he is psychotic. You know, he's obsessed with this notion that Superman's evil, Superman's bad. I gotta kill him because if there's a 1% chance, that he's our bad guy, then I have to be certain and I have to destroy him. You know, like that's a fair assessment, Batman. Like, you know, and he does come out as a hero at the end, and that's why the Martha scene worked, in my opinion, because throughout the movie, like, and when I watch it again nowadays, I watch it and go like, okay, clearly Batman is the bad guy here. Almost more than Lex Luthor to a certain extent, because Batman, like, is just as wealthy, and yet he even calls himself a criminal, like in that scene. Like, he's like, we're criminals, Alfred. Like, what do you expect? He doesn't even try to be a hero anymore. He's just like, if you get in my way, I'm gonna fucking shoot you. You know, and that's that. Man, oh man. At least he's not like Luke Skywalker in this film, where fucking Luke Skywalker tries to kill his own fucking nephew, which makes no fucking sense. I don't give a shit what your excuse is. Luke Skywalker tries to kill his own nephew, who's like fucking probably a teenager in that scene. Okay. Why? Can you explain that a bit further? Why this hero from this original Star Wars trilogy would fucking kill his own nephew when he sacrificed so much to save his father? Why? Oh, we need a reason for that? Oh, well, we'll give some flimsy, like, oh, it's because something to do with Snoke, and like he was in the kid's mind, and you know, he couldn't just sit down with Kylo and be like, Kylo, now, like, do the Jedi thing of Kylo, something's going on here. You know, there's something dark within you. You know, I gotta sit you down, I gotta talk with you about this. Maybe he brings in Han, maybe he brings in Leia to have a sit down. Like parent-teacher night, you know? Like why can't characters talk in this? Instead, like in this fucking movie, they just jump to like rash decisions like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you, ah! You know, it's like, fuck sakes. And the more I think about it, the more I'm pissed that this doesn't have reviews from the critics that are along the lines of Batman vs. Superman. Because it's like, it's just as long as that fucking movie. It's got as many plot holes as that theatrical cut of that fucking movie did. Yet people are willing to give this a pass because why? Because it's Star Wars. It had good music. I remember the fucking music from Batman vs. Superman more than this fucking movie. There's not a single fucking scene, like I was saying earlier. The Duel of Fates from Phantom Menace, I remember that. You know, that scary, like, fucking opera house type music that they were playing. It's haunting. It sticks with you. In Revenge of the Sith, that whole, like, ending battle. I love that fucking... I love that shit. I love that John Williams shit. You know, he's got such... It feels like George Lucas got something out of him to... I don't know. It was magic. And it's like... It's why the music from those prequels are better than The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi now. Because you actually remember... Like, hey, like, I remember those scenes. Not just because they were fight scenes, but because the fucking score was amazing. I don't remember any musical cue from Attack of the Clones in particular. Because that movie just sucks, in my opinion. Just like The Last Jedi. It's terrible. But like I said earlier, I'd watch Attack of the Clones again any day over this shit. Because at least Attack of the fucking Clones is somewhat entertaining. On a purely popcorn basis, where I won't get pissed the fuck off after watching it again, like I will with this fucking movie. The more I fucking think about it, the more I piece it together. It's like, what the fuck? Alright, it's time for the Jedi to end. Literally, it's time for Star Wars to end. It's time to fucking put it to bed, guys. Good night to Star Wars. Good night. I don't give a fuck. Like, what are people... Where do we go from here? Where? There's nothing new to Star Wars anymore. You can't do anything with it. I don't care what they say. They're gonna try. They're gonna try for years upon years upon years to keep doing shit. Keep doing new, original shit. Kathleen Kennedy's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're coming up with some fresh ideas. Yeah, we keep getting these indie filmmakers to make these big budget fucking movies, yet we keep letting them go because their ideas are just a little too fresh, a little too original for us. Just like George Lucas's ideas. You know, and call him crazy for making the prequels, but he had better ideas than these fucking studio nut jobs had. These guys who make everything seem so glossy and so perfect behind the scenes. Meanwhile, you know, any sort of little problem that happens, it's like, oh no, push it under the fucking rug. What? Oh no, everything went fine. Everything went great. Everybody loved each other. Everybody got along. It was perfect. Well, at this point, I think this video went on longer than the one I did originally. And like I said, I'm not going to do any editing for this video. I'm just going to release it like this because it's fucking New Year's, for fuck's sakes. Like I said earlier, I want to go out and get my fucking drink on and or watch some fucking movies that are better than this. I'm about to watch The Brigsby Bear with Mark Hamill. Or at least soon I'm going to watch it. And I'd highly recommend that to to everybody who's a fan of Mark Hamill. I mean, go support him as an actor because he's great. He's brilliant. Mark Hamill's brilliant. Carrie Fisher's brilliant. Harrison Ford's brilliant, in spite of what I said earlier, you know, just because he doesn't give a shit about Star Wars anymore. It's like he even says it in interviews. Like, he had this interview where he's like, who gives a shit about Star Wars? And you know, he's right. It's like, why should we give a shit now anymore? We got the fucking originals, and we got the prequels, and we got all these back catalogs of books and merchandise and shit for Star Wars. Why do we need to care about these new movies? They're products. But then again, we care because we have hearts, we have passion, we have souls, unlike these Disney money-grubbing executives that just want to lie to you, that want to convince the diehard fans, hey, we got something great for you by releasing a fucking great-looking trailer, and then they'll sucker you all into the theaters, and then they'll do their Star Wars celebration with that piece of shit Anthony Daniels wearing his fucking gold fucking coat, and go, I'm Anthony Daniels, I'm the best actor in the world. Sir Alec Guinness loved me. He told me I was the best actor he had worked with. Yeah. You're a piece of shit, Anthony Daniels, and rest in peace, Kenny Baker. I forgot to put a rest in peace because I was talking about him. He obviously plays R2-D2, and fucking, yeah, God rest his soul, man. Anthony Daniels, though, you can rot in hell, along with any other piece of shit involved in making this fucking movie. Fuck all of you. So what am I saying? Fuck all of you involved in making The Last Jedi. No, I didn't mean it like that, damn it. I mean the fucking executives who fucking forced this to be such a awkward, alienating fucking movie. I mean those people responsible can go and fuck themselves for this shit. George Lucas, man. I wish you were making these fucking movies, you know, as bad as those prequels turned out, at least they were your own, George. At least they were your own. And they don't have to lie about putting the Lucasfilm logo in front of this film instead of the Disney logo. You know? Because that's a lie. This isn't a Lucasfilm movie. This is a fucking Disney movie. They should have that fucking Disney logo up there. You know, but oh no, we gotta hide the fact that this is a Disney production as much as possible, or else people realize, holy shit, every fucking week or two we got a new movie in there in the theaters that's gonna be #1 at the box office constantly. And if not, we're gonna creep up on them, go like, just like they did with Justice League, you know, and I blame the Warner Brothers money-grubbing executives for that shit too. That movie was a flop because of them. It could have been a hit if they released it in February or fucking March. But no. We gotta make our holiday bonuses by releasing it now, damn it. Now! Yeah, fuck these money-grubbing executives. They could all rot in hell together and fucking just die nice and fucking slow and painful as possible. These people are garbage, and they're ruining the fucking movies, and they're making us waste our fucking lives on shit we should love, and we try to force ourselves as much as possible to love it, but we can't, because we see right through the bullshit for what it is. Just that. Just shit. Fuck you, Disney. And fuck Star Wars from here on out. Fuck it. No matter how good the films get from here, they're just products. They're just toy commercials. I can't wait to see what the next Porg is going to be. What the next marketable product for them in this upcoming Episode 9, The Fall of the First Order, or whatever they're going to call it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something as generic as Fall of the First Order. Because it's like, what a surprise. You know, I doubt they're going to include, like, Rise of the Jedi, you know, because they already threw the Jedi into this title. So what's the last one going to be? It's going to be like the Fall of the First Order. It's got to be something along those lines at this point, because it's just so predictable. It's like, obviously the First Order is going to fucking kick the bucket at the end of this, and then they're gonna make their new episodes, and then somehow they're gonna come out again on top. Whoa! Out of nowhere! Oh my god! endless, like, fucking war. Like, nobody gets along because evil guy somehow gets to lead the Empire or the First Order. And, you know, they're... No longer can we just reason with one another after... You know, we can't learn from our past mistakes. We gotta keep making them. In order to make these movies. What a shitty excuse to keep making Star Wars movies. The Empire keeps rising again. You know, we'll blow up another big-ass fucking Death Star in the next movie, but it won't matter. The Empire always finds a way. There's always got to be a balance in the Force, guys. There's always got to be equilibrium. That doesn't make any fucking sense. So you're telling me just like the end of The Last Jedi here, as soon as Kylo Ren or somebody dies, there's gonna be some other little fucking schmuck-ass kid with a fucking broom somewhere who's gonna use the Force to grab that broom and like go like look up to the sky like, I'm gonna be fucking evil as fuck one of these fucking days, I tell ya. That's so stupid, man. It's like you set it up to the point where it's just like, it's bullshit anymore. It's rubbish. Always now. There's no excuses. I don't care what the fuck you guys come up with. It's all just excuse making now and finger pointing. The next movie, Episode 9, it's gonna be, they're probably gonna retcon a bunch of this bullshit. They're probably gonna retcon Snoke being dead. They're probably gonna bring him back, which would not fucking surprise me one bit. Oh fuck. Fuck a doodle shit. And they're probably with the next movie, they're probably gonna do everything that we wanted from this movie. And then critics are probably going to poo-poo on that movie. And then audiences are probably going to be pretty fair on it. Like, they're probably going to be like 70%, 80%. And it's going to be because it's what we want. It's what we could appreciate. And J.J. Abrams, I mean, The Force Awakens, you know, despite the problems, despite it being a copy of A New Hope, you know, at least that was, you know, a fine setup, in spite of how, like, similar, how formulaic it was. You know, it was like, okay, at least they're just laying the groundwork. You know, even if you hated that movie, you know, I don't know how you couldn't tell, like, how you couldn't be excited for a film like The Last Jedi, like, walking out of The Force Awakens, even if you hated it, and go like, well, you know, I hated it, but, you know, at least the next film has, like, some, like something to lean on, something to actually look forward to with the next film, that they completely just dropped the ball with this bullshit. Oh man. So I've been ranting here for what, like, yeah, like an hour and 22 minutes now. I remember I said what, at 7:06 or 7:16 I started. So no, it's been like about an hour and 15 minutes, just as long as the review that I did, basically. So I guess I'm gonna cut it off here, guys. If I think about anything else, I'll of course make a video for you guys again. We can talk more in depth about this shit, because I'm still angry, and the more I think about it, the more angry I get. Like I said, I will be linking some reviews in the bottom here. The Dishonored Wolf, go subscribe to his channel, watch his The Last Jedi review. He calls it outright the worst Star Wars movie, and I'm par for the course. I'm starting to believe him now. I think I'm just gonna say it too. It's just like the worst song thing that I did the other day. It's like, at first I started that video off like, you know, this might be the worst song I've ever heard. But no, that Mi Gente, Migante, whatever the fuck they call that piece of garbage song, that is the worst song I've ever fucking heard in my fucking life. And, yeah. Fucking man. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you guys are gonna have a happy new year. Just don't let this shit eat away at you. Don't let this shit eat away at you. There's more shit to love in our world aside from Star Wars. Star Wars is not the most important thing in our world. We are. You are. You matter. These money-grubbing studio executives, we can get passionate on a camera, we can get passionate on the internet about this shit, and people will fucking make fun of you, or people will side with you. But people will always be on your side as long as you believe in yourself. As long as you believe, as long as you know, what you believe is what you... Just don't follow the fucking sheep, alright? If you're one of these Star Wars fanboys or girls who dresses up like these fucking characters, walks out of this fucking movie and has to pretend that you love it, then go fucking get a cup of coffee and slap yourself in the fucking face. Wake up. And stop accepting shit just because everybody else besides you is accepting of it. If you don't wake up, you're going to be this fucking blind for eternity. And you're going to be following the message of this piece of shit fucking movie. That is, follow orders. Follow what the fucking sheep do, or else you'll fail. Fuck that message, and fuck Disney for it, and fuck this fucking piece of shit fucking movie. Done!